Hello everyone at the vinyl community and YouTube. My name is JorgenS and I live in Sweden, in a city in north called Sundsvall. And I've been following a couple of record collectors here on YouTube for a while, for many months now. And I have been very interested and influenced by what they were doing. Hi there folks. So the picture was a very satisfied man who was sitting at a train returning back from Stockholm, our capital, and checking out his findings. Because that is what I do once a year. I go down to our capital in Stockholm. Hello there, vinyl community and YouTube. What you saw here first was not me having some lack of imagination, so I'm being to start to show old movies again. There was a very specific reason for me showing those old intros, and that is that this is actually my 100 vinyl community video. I did one commercial for my blog first of all, but otherwise it's my 100 video for vinyl community. So I decided to celebrate this by showing a little peek of the very first intro that I did in my introduction video, and a little short one from my 50th video. It was my review of my trip to Stockholm in October, and now my 100th video. And for that, congratulations to me. Well, seriously speaking, hello there, Cat, aka Vintage Old. This is a video response for you. Congratulations to your 80 subscribers, or should I congratulate you on your 100 subscribers? Because if I'm didn't hear wrong, you're there also. So congratulations on both. You're worth every one of them. You have a great musical taste, as we both like the 80s very much. You're a big fan of the group Heart, as am I. I like Heart also very much. So you have a very great musical taste. And I think you will have more subscribers down the line. You had a contest where you wanted us to show. It was split in two parts. First, you wanted us to show our favorite album from 1980, and then you wanted us to show some from our favorite record store. I'm going to start with the easy part. That is my favorite album from 1980, because I showed that once before, so it's easy. My favorite album from 1980 is this one. This is Shalamar and Three for Love. It is an album filled with great funk, great soul music that stands 1 foot in the 70s disco era and 1 foot in something new for the 80s with loud synthesizers. It's a really funky and great soul album. I really like this one. It's definitely one of the best soul albums that I ever have. These three persons, Jeffrey Daniels, Howard Jewett, and Jody Watley, are three persons that really knows about soul and funk music, and sadly they are a little bit forgotten today. But this is my favorite album from 1980. Then your second question. My favorite record store is in Stockholm. I think I said it numerous times that we don't have any record store here in my city. And my city is about 4 Swedish miles It's a long way from my city to the Stockholm, our capital, and so I'm going there once a year. And my favorite record store there is a store that I only have visited 3 times during my life. But so I discovered it three years ago. But I really thought it was awesome from the beginning, just because it's what it contains. It contains mostly soul and jazz music, but also have some of other stuff also. And the great jazz albums, many great jazz albums that I collect. The classic jazz costs more or less just $1, and they're so friendly, that those people who works there. They're really service minded, and I think that they have what it takes to be a really awesome record store. Unfortunately, since I've only been there 3 times and it is so far away, I don't have any really item from that, no plastic bag or anything, because when I'm in Stockholm I don't want to have 10 or 11 plastic bags around, so I collect the records in try to in as few bags as I can when I'm running around in our capital in the record stores. So I have no item, and I haven't taken any photos of myself in that record store. But I hope that you can count that I have taken a picture on the store itself. So this is the store Record Mania in Stockholm, on the south part of Stockholm, Södermalm. So that was Record Mania. That is what the store looks like. It's not all that big inside, but it's filled with boxes with records inside. I really like that record store. And since I've only been there 3 times in my life, I thought it was a good idea to pick out every record that I bought there. Starting off with the first time I was there, 3 years ago I think it was. And that time was the time when I discovered this store. I bought much things. You saw the records that was on the pictures on the outside of the store, and those cost only $1. And I bought many $1 records that was in such a great quality, and was such a great and a lot of jazz. This was the only really full-length album of pop I bought that year. This is Shack Attack, British group that does funk, soul, much instrumental but some also with vocal. Really funky, really groovy. Maybe not the best melodies, but the production is so really great. This band. This is the album Innovations from 1982. And then a lot of jazz records, and I was remember that I was so amazed with how much great jazz records I did find. This is an album that is highly recommended. The John Kirby Sextet, Volume 1, 1939. John Kirby was a bass player that had one of the most greatest swing band during the 30s and early 40s, but was not really that recognized. He had some little success, but it all faded away pretty fast when the World War II came, and the members were drafted, all but John Kirby. And he, I think he had alcoholic problems and died way too early. But this is a really great swing album that has a little modern feeling in the edges, but really great. Gene Ammons,
Jug Sessions, great double album. Really, really awesome. Great tenor saxophone player, Gene Ammons, with some bop recordings from the late 40s and late 40s. A very forgotten name in the big band genre is Claude Thornhill, and I was surprised to finally find an album with him. He's interesting big band lead that I heard a lot from in Swedish radio when I was a kid, so it was great to find a record with him. This is the Uncollected from 1947. This is much previously unreleased stuff. And Immortal Lester Young, Volume 1. Lester Young Classics from the 40s with Johnny Guarnieri, Charlie Shavers, Count Basie, and much more. I also bought some singles. The Time Lords, Doctor in the TARDIS. Totally a change of style here. Doctor Who, if you remember. Talking Heads, Road to Nowhere, classic from the 80s. And what I thought was the best found, the most interesting finding. As I said, they're specialized in the jazz and soul music, but seem not to have all that interest or knowledge in synth pop music. So I was extremely surprised when I found this one in bin with the $1 singles. This is New Order and their very first single, Ceremony, from 1981, I think. And the interesting thing here is, if you take a look at I don't think it will not be able to see here, but it says here that it's written by Joy Division, and Joy Division is of course New Order, what New Order was before. So many members came from the Joy Division and became New Order, and this is some kind of a single in the crisscross between Joy Division and New Order, and this one is really, really interesting, and I never thought that I would find this one for only $1. And then when I was starting to pay, I saw in the front of a singles box that we had this single by Swedish pop singer from the 80s, Jakob Hellman, a single called Vara Vänner, Be Friends. And I thought to myself, I want this one. So I said, well, hold on for a minute, I said to the one I was going to pay to, and took this and said, I'll take this one too. And he said, you got this one for free. So I got this one for free. So I was extremely happy about it. The next time I was there was the year after that. And it was also a great time, even though I bought not all that much because I had not all that money to spend then. But I bought Force MD's great 80s soul band with Touch and Go from 1987. And then when I was digging through some records that costed $1, the store owner said that we have more $1 records behind in the store, in the back inside the store. So I got to get behind and look how it looks like inside the store, and look in a box of $1 records that was inside of the store, and it was really, really fun to see the two workers there sitting like two of Willy Wonka's Oompa Loompa, searching fast for records, what they were worth and what price they were going to have, and a shelf full of records. It was really interesting. And I bought this one, Esther Camera's Knife from 1984, I think. Yes, 1984, consisting a great song called Still on Fire. Then last year, and I showed this one in my 50th video from Stockholm, I bought these 3 George Benson Tenderly. Great album that I thought was going to be sold, but it actually is George Benson singing jazz to a little trio. And it actually is really good because he's such a great singer, so it actually worked, even though it wasn't what I was thinking it was. Jazz in Deutschland, jazz from Germany, 1957 to 58, also a really great album to discover what the Germans were listening to in the 50s when it comes to jazz. And also this one, Evelyn Champagne King, So Romantic, an album that I'm searching high and low for the past 20 years and finally found. So, Kat, I hope that you are satisfied with my answer. This was records from my favorite store in Stockholm, Record Mania. And I hope that you found anything that was interesting of these records. And it's time soon to do another vinyl update for May. And as I said, I'm also going to do what I've been in lately videos. So I will be back hopefully sometimes during the weekend. And until then, I hope that you, Kat, and everybody else have a really nice continuing of the week. And so long.